If someone can make you feel guilty without raising their voice, if they can control your mood without touching you, then you're not in a relationship, you're in a system. And once you see how it works, you'll never unsee it. You don't lose freedom overnight. You drift into it. Control rarely looks like shouting, threats, or domination. It looks calm, reasonable, caring, and that's why it works. As Billie Eilish once said, you don't realize how much someone affects you until they're gone. That sentence isn't about love alone. It's about influence, power, control. Today we're breaking down the quiet ways people control you, psychologically, emotionally, and socially, without ever touching you. 1. They decide what's normal for you. The most dangerous controllers don't tell you what to do. They tell you what's normal. If you've ever heard, you're overreacting. That's just how relationships are. Everyone does this. That's normalization. Zendaya once spoke about stepping away from environments that subtly shaped her identity, saying, I had to ask myself, am I choosing this or am I just adapting? Controllers shrink your world by redefining reality until you stop questioning it. When you stop asking, is this okay? They've already won. 2. They control you through emotional whiplash. One day they're warm, next day distant, then suddenly affectionate again. This isn't inconsistency. It's conditioning. Psychologists call this intermittent reinforcement, the same mechanism behind addiction. Timothée Chalamet once described early fame as confusing because approval was unpredictable. You never know when it's coming, so you start chasing it. That's how emotional manipulation works. Your brain starts associating their approval with relief. You don't want them. You want the calm they temporarily give. 3. They make you earn basic respect. If someone makes kindness feel conditional, pay attention. Respect shouldn't be a reward. Love shouldn't be a prize. When you hear, if you really cared, I was nice to you, so now you should after everything I've done. That's transactional affection. Emma Chamberlain once said, I realized I was doing things just to stay liked, not because I wanted to. The moment you start performing for peace, you're no longer free. 4. They reframe your strength as a problem. Strong boundaries threaten weak control. So manipulators flip the script. Your confidence becomes ego, your independence becomes cold, your intuition becomes paranoia. Jenna Ortega talked about rejecting roles that didn't align with her values, saying no made people uncomfortable, but that's not my responsibility. Controllers rely on your guilt. The moment you stop apologizing for existing, they lose leverage. 5. They isolate you without forbidding anyone. Real isolation isn't locked doors. It's emotional redirection. They don't say don't talk to them. They say, they don't really get you like I do. They're a bad influence. I'm just worried about you. Slowly, your support system weakens. And suddenly, they're the only voice that matters. Bad Bunny once spoke about protecting his inner circle. Fame shows you who wants access, not connection. Control thrives where alternatives disappear. 6. They use vulnerability against you. You trusted them with your fears. They stored it, and later used it. Maybe subtly. I know you're insecure about this, given your past. This is why you act like that. That's weaponized intimacy. Florence Pugh has spoken openly about guarding her emotional space. Not everyone who listens deserves access. Control isn't always force. Sometimes it's information. 7. They make you doubt your own memory. If someone regularly says, that never happened, you're remembering it wrong. You're twisting things. That's gaslighting, and it's not dramatic. It's surgical. Your confidence erodes. Your certainty fades. You start asking them what you felt. That's the final stage of control. As psychologist Carl Jung warned, the most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. Because once you trust yourself, control collapses. The shift that ends manipulation. Here's the truth most people won't tell you. Manipulators don't fear confrontation. They fear clarity. The moment you stop over-explaining, stop chasing approval, stop negotiating your boundaries, the dynamic breaks. Not loudly, quietly. Control needs confusion. Freedom needs awareness. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. The most powerful people aren't dominant. They're uncontrollable. Not because they fight, but because they know who they are. And that's something no manipulator can touch.
Subscribe to me. Click the red button below.